Say here for Mindfreak, already 2 players in position to defend. Inns catches a face full of that flash. Vexite trying to pick up the pieces, but he's getting run down by all of these T's here, Jordan.
Yeah, well, good start. Vexite liazz off to a bit of a fly with those headshots, but, you know, it has slowed down a little bit, and Mindfreak are actually kind of making inroads now. Push onto liazz, but Dexter not too perturbed by that fact, is going to still take the fight. Gets himself a 1-for-1. Bomb plant achieved for Mindfreak is a good start. liazz needs some help, and he's not quite going to be able to get it from Alistair, who now is tasked with the clutch. He's got dualies, but pretty rough crossfire to try to break against the Glocks, which can be a one-shot headshot at this kind of a range. Still, he has defeated Danger, and DPR is on his bike. It's going to be a full 10-second defuse for Alistair, so he really has to find a way to get this kill. And he would have had to have done it pretty quickly because it is far too late now. This could get pretty messy pretty quickly from Mindfreak. Inns is going to have to swing as the Molotov will force him. Somehow he's gotten out of there alive. I don't know, what a mess. But he's going to get a second reload off with that CZ. Might not even be required because everyone else is doing some work. But Tux is there to lock things down for but a moment. It looked good for Grayhound. And then Mindfreak was able to salvage. But it's not over yet. liazz is going to pretty much beat them to B. Not quite, but he is there almost in time, and he's caught Danger out in no man. Mid and over toward B, but forleks has cracked open liazz's head. Bit of revenge for the last round, perhaps. And so Inns goes hunting for information. He's struggling to get that reload off, but the flash from vexite bought him enough time, and somehow Inns is still alive. He's got 4 kills in the round, and vexite the last, but...
Which is a main. Super's been able to take some spaces over there. Fortunately, they've lost one on the cross, and DPR feeling quite trepidatious about crossing himself on 8 HP, but he's made it across. But look at this rotation from Grayhound. They're already 3 or 4 steps ahead of what Mindfreak are doing.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mindfreak, I'm not sure they're getting too much out of this round either. Alistair loves this position. We saw that at IEM Sydney, and he might do some similar things to Mindfreak here in the IEM Chengdu qualifiers as what he did there. Get taken down by Tux in the end, but ooh, super. Okay, there's a little bit more spice that we've been looking for. It's actually going to allow a bomb plant for Mindfreak if he decides to stick it, but wanted to check cams first. Still, he's going to be given that. Not sure that he's going to win the round here with 5 HP, but a bit more economic damage, helping the team out by getting that bomb plant down. And that ends up being not as much to go, but backwards. You have to do a double take there. But vexite's got 2 kills anyway. He wasn't even fighting, and he gets 2 kills. The nade 1, the Molotov another, and the M4 a third. So still a solid hold here from Grayhound. It's a bit of a weird round, actually, with how it's eventuated. But looks like it should be Grayhound to pick it up.
Here, but he's lost the duel to Dexter. That's bad news for Mindfreak.
Vexite and Inns actually combining for that kill on the Tux. Mindfreak will know there's another player somewhere on the side, but honestly, they've tried to batter down the door on A a few times, and it hasn't worked at all. Just continuing to test the defense there of Grayhound, and it doesn't seem like they're really getting much success at all. Inns will spam through
these players in E-box.
Start for liazz, but got to be aware of Super running through, and looks like Super's painted a picture around liazz's head there. Missed every shot, and liazz walks away with the kill, but all good in the end. The Molotov on plat, so it's going to give Mindfreak the impression that there might be a player set up behind the pillar, which of course is not the case. In fact, they'll have to deal with Alistair close, warp in hand. That is just not going to work out for Tux. Good trade from forleks. The rest of the lads, though, are going to have to clear out 2 players on the site, and that just appears to be too many. Inns and vexite combined for a good couple of kills, and Danger's just a little bit late for that kill in mid. Dexter able to escape through the Molotov, and it's been remollied.
He's got another one.
By Inns.
He's picked up another one, and he's going to throw it on the same.
A 4v5 does sound pretty good, even if it is in around where DPR's holding on to Armorless Deagle.
Okay.
Alistair's dropped as well. So forleks has found a way to actually make some pretty significant inroads here. They've still got to get past liazz and vexite over toward B. And Inns is also holding on to A. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch just yet. There's 2 quick kills for Grayhound. It's back to 3 on 3. And Mindfreak have somewhat squandered the lead that they did have. At the very least, they've been able to push ins off of A, and that has allowed Tux to set up pretty forward toward heaven. Hasn't heard ins on the rotate back in. But he will check for him. And that is the bomb plan for Mindfreak. So, the first time in a while they've got a bomb plant down and a favorable post plant. And surely here they can convert the 3-on-2, considering especially liazz has no HP to work with at all. Vexite will be the first point of offense. Gets one, but not the other. And so for liazz, another 1-on-2 is going to be required. He knows that forleks is close. And can't manage to make that one connect. So
DPR deep up onto this orb line. Alistair's heard the footsteps though, knows he's on the right side. Molotov to flush him out. Alistair not even needed. Dexter cleans him up, and then the trade, not even a possibility. Alistair was already on that line. Progression flash puts him further out on the B main line. He might even catch the cross here.
Dexter's been able to cross out of B main as well. And even if Alistair were unable to get that frag, you suspect Dexter would have had it on lockdown. So this is a really poor position for Mindfreak to find themselves in. Dexter is really quite progressed. The flash came through.
And if they don't, Alistair single scoped on the cross. Easy shot for him. Doesn't even have to raw adjust at all. And forleks is sending it through A main, but there's already two players here to meet him.
Not sure the forleks is going to have much success here. Molotov into In's position is a good one. And In's decides to peek in front of it. All forleks actually might make this happen. Just not able to get around the corner enough to be able to plant the bomb. It really is going to have to be liazz to do the majority of the work, but Dexter's got a flash, and he's going to pop that win in. Perfect timing. You love to see it. liazz able to get the Molotov down as well, and the cohesion between Grayhound is just making the difference at this point in time, and that is that. 10 on the board, double digits in the first half. Grayhound are...
B main aggression here for Mindfreak. Trying to catch a little bit of a timing. It's a contact straight out, but you look at the up-down setup, high-low between Grayhound just baiting them into this fight. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a comfortable fight for the team's immediate man advantage from Mindfreak. The bridge push from Supar works out perfectly as well. They're looking good to take this pistol now.
Oh, another nice shot there from Supar. And just when you think it's pretty much wrapped up neatly in a bow for Grayhound, another speed bump, I suppose, on the road to victory. And not going to get the bomb plants down here either, which will make getting a forced by fourth pistol. Like the last pistol that they played, I think was the one that, sorry, that Grayhound won.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but either way, yeah, it is somewhat reminiscent. But, you know, even despite a couple of kills here from Grayhound in the round, it's obviously not looking like this one's going to be too threatening from them.
Surprised vexite doesn't hand off the A1S to Ins with that HP. Gonna miss it inside the smoke. Does have space to walk through that smoke in theory. Tuck some space onto E-Box. Double mollies on the inside and the outside. Going to push these CTs back into the site here.
Smoke flash over the top there for Grayhound. Alistair already having lost his life though. It's going to make this a bit more difficult. You've got Ins over toward A trying to lurk out and make something happen. He'll also fall to forleks, and really it now comes down to these entries. Two clean ones from vexite. Maybe keeps the round in check, and it does, considering liazz has been able to strike and get the bomb plant down.
Again, it's the progression smoke deep to A main, flash to A main. Dexter just sends it through middle, takes a duel with Supar, and although he pops the dink, the weaponry is not sufficient to punish him for that aggression.
forleks doing pretty good work though. Nice double kill onto liazz and Dexter. The re-aggression working out for Mindfreak over toward B. Issue is they have completely lost control of A. And that is going to be a pretty quick bomb plant from Grayhound as well. So it's going to take Mindfreak quite a while to even begin their retake. They're really not going to have a lot of time with this one.
Yeah. Alistair's in the pivot position with the molly as well, so he can just molly main as soon as he hears these footsteps, and that's going to be probably pretty annoying for the CTs to deal with.
Well, it just comes down to the AK instead. Alistair, nice double, easy as you like. And for Danger, unfortunately, a little bit too much to do, so he's going to have to take the rough choice of saving the M4. For all the good that's going to do. Mindfreak, and a flash out from A-Long is going to get them the info that there's nothing really happening over there. Vexite could well line them up, and almost does. Lots of damage at least to Super and Danger. And Alistair will catch Danger as he tries to escape. Grayhound not interested in committing to B though. Bombs back in toward T spawn.
Inzo heard that info flash over on the A side of the map. Knows that the B pressure will pull a rotation across, and he's just gone ahead and taken that A space. Alistair still probing over here, keeping the CTs interested while you get the rotation across the map from liazz with the bomb. DPR's pushed across bridge, and meanwhile Dexter, the smoke was deep and provided him enough space to just walk straight up. DPR with an MP9, what can you even really do at that range? And forleks, we have to ask more of him, but I don't think he's going to be able to deliver until the next map, unfortunately.
Bomb plant goes down on A. And forleks, I mean, he's got the first one there onto Dexter, so a little bit of a stat pad for him, but beyond that, not sure he's going to get...
Taking a lot of space on over there. Vexite keeping an eye on things as this B execute gets kicked off. Danger trying to play retake. Able to take one with him, and in middle, Vexite doing some work, but Thunder gets cleaned up as the bomb goes down.
Not too bad of a start, though, for Grayhound, all things considered, with that bomb plant. They're going to keep on rolling out through long, and I'm looking towards short. They don't actually find Danger, who's been able to sneak through that smoke. There's a tap on the defuse. Grayhound can't really do too much about that, but the fact is, it isn't actually a stick, which Grayhound have now come to find out. Alistair, he's got time to play with here. 10 seconds to defuse. Needs one more bullet. He's got to swing. He's got to hit the shot, and he doesn't. Oh, there was 6 HP.
For them. Vexite just runs straight through the cheetah smoke. No fear. Puck's going to swing in with the MP9, and that SMG a little bit superior against armored opponents. Not that Vexite even connected a bullet. B-ramp contact, though.
Oh, headshot onto Danger already, but not capitalized on just yet. Eventually finished off by Dexter, who's found a double on the entry, and meanwhile, Wins is putting in work. Dexter's just fearless at this point and keeps pushing through. That Supar playing a dangerous game with Dexter on the other side of this one. Hasn't actually spotted him yet, but quick enough, sharp enough. That's the first one for Grayhound, but a fairly inconsequential kill, all things considered, when Grayhound, for the most part, are setting up toward B. Will help to pull a little bit more of the defense away from that area of the map, but they're still going to have to get a bit of work done on the ramp. And Tux easily dispatched off by Vexite. He's helped out in the end by liazz as well for the 2-for-1. And Mindfreak scurrying their way over, but yeah, they're taking their sweet time about things here. Full number at the end of this CT half to have any chance of winning this map, and it hasn't really started very well for them. Lane control attempted by Mindfreak, so too mid control. And that seems to have worked out pretty well, at least the fight on lane initially, but Vexite is able to get 2 just walking his way through the smoke at the doors, and kind of equalizes things out, not to mention the damage done to forleks and DPR, and the fact that Alistair has sort of just walked his way out onto A. All things pointing towards Grayhound having the advantage now.
I mean, I think Alistair, recognizing how much presence there was in the middle and what the setup was, knows that he's got space on A. Even if someone's playing retake over on the side there, he probably would have been pre-scoped to clear that. 1-for-1 between Super and liazz. Leaves Grayhound in a 2-on-1, and they're well aware that DPR earlier on was over at lane side. He's going to try and just get through the smoke. Instantly punished by Dexter.
But in saying that, 5-1 for Grayhound. They don't seem to be having too many difficulties on Ancient. Out of the ordinary. Retaking on the A side seems to be something that most teams are pretty happy to do. But may not be easy if Alistair's going to just pop off like that. 2 quick AWP shots, and there goes a couple of the Mindfreak players. Do have Vexite and Dexter causing problems over toward B as well. just in all facets of the map, Grayhound are besting Mindfreak. Doesn't really seem to matter what kind of a setup Mindfreak runs on this CT side. Grayhound have an answer for it.
Pretty clean. Everyone on Grayhound. No one really lagging behind in any of these games. Gets Grayhound. Gets Mindfreak rather. Straight up middle.
Ooh.
Down B ramp.
Oh, no.
Alistair's too quick, mate.
Yeah. Look, if you're not gonna get that kill, then things are just not going right for Mindfreak on this map.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like anything's really coming together. Grayhound are really just running around all over the place. Probably shouldn't get to play the Asia qualifier as well. You would have to pick one or the other, but yeah. Grey area, I suppose. DPR trying to take a leaf out of Alistair's book, and he's been able to hit that no-scope onto vexite, so looking a little better for Mindfreak in this round, especially with that util slowing Grayhound down on the A entry. Grayhound still has a little bit to say about it, and Alistair can't hit the flick this time around, but deep. Oh, I thought the smoke might have bounced out of the Molotov. He'll survive on one tick.
4 on 3. Best chance Mindfreak's had at a round in a while. Grayhound very much pinned in towards A main here. DPR on the line with the AWP and has a flash to potentially activate supar into main. Crept onto a nice little off angle here. DPR hits that shot, further extending the man advantage. It's a 3-man setup in Donut here for Mindfreak.
Going to be over until it's over for Grayhound, and they have actually been able to get the plant down, which is somewhat surprising considering there was 3 players standing behind that smoke, but dexter putting it close to the wall rather than a little bit further out might have made it a little bit more difficult for Mindfreak to find an angle. Now though, they are certainly going to have to find some angles. Inns has made noise dropping off the shelf, but it doesn't seem to matter. He's just sharp enough to win the kill anyway. Util's getting tossed on in. Defuse on that bomb just yet, even though the smoke is up and Inns is spamming on through. He's still being able to win this round. Time for Tux is going to be a problem here. I don't know that.
Like a big fight over Cheetah this time around. Yeah. Able to find Alistair in transition. Vexite, can he double up? His crosshair placement far too good. Now Danger playing the pivot position on the site with nothing but an MP9. Very awkward position to be in. Luckily he's got forleks for a bit of backup. Far with decent timing in middle, but can't manage to calibrate in time onto Inns. So Grayhound going to call the cancel after picking that player rotating off the A site. They know they've got space elsewhere. They've spotted both players on B. Vexite, look at that. Perfect awareness.
Just going to stick around for another one here by the looks of things as well. Forleks not sure what to do.
Looks like potentially another lane setup. Grayhound wanting the 1-1-3. They're going to be contesting this early on. Sid fight already in the entrance to Cheetah. Forleks just Wing through the smoke with an MP9. Half the players in the server dead before this round even really gets kicked off.
Inns is able to get out though with the bomb. That's the crucial detail. And once again, Alistair is just W keying over on the A bomb site. He has gotten so deep into CT spawn. It's going to work out for Grayhound again. Dexter wanted to molly shelf, but he's not really going to be able to do that with any relative safety. So he dumps it in the middle of mid. Bit of aim prac there for him. See if he can land the spray down on the second player, but he knows this round is pretty much wrapped up. And Alistair not even afraid. 1 HP peak onto Danger.
This round actually ends up playing out. DPR with just an MP9 to hold on A here though.
Oh, DPR didn't look like he was going to be checked, but vexite in the end did turn around and secure that kill before he went down. Overall favorable trades for Grayhound, but what's interesting about this round is Inns is just putting the bomb down on B on his own. So Mindfreak think this is an A retake, but it is anything but. They're not even going to be able to retake the A site to recognize that the bomb...
4 players, bottom of B ramp. Danger solo taking the bomb into A. This could be groundbreaking. Inns only goes 1 for 1, but he hasn't really been a good enough salesman. Or Mindfreak rather, haven't really been good enough salesman because Grayhound is not buying that this is a B hit yet. They still have vexite on the A site. He has not budged an inch.
He's not going to.
He's still going to drop the bomb. This is unreal.
Oh, it would have actually almost been worth going in for the knife there, I reckon.
There's no way that's happened like that.
round's not over. I mean, it is still 3-on-2, so there's every possibility that Grayhound could lose this one, but a lot of it actually kind of relies on vexite just surviving here and buying enough time for Dexter to make this flank happen. They don't seem particularly aware of the fact that Dexter could be here in CT spawn, so the second time the bomb plant is going to be denied, and vexite's now in the 1v1 after Dexter got himself a quick 2k, but Tux
Killer with the MP9 as the execute comes in. AGs are chunking a fair bit of damage as they try to scale up into the site, at least going 1-for-1 so far.
That'll be enough to actually get them to the site, but liazz will try to deny the bomb plant. Crosshair just a hair off. So Grayhound now with a pretty tough ask, having to retake 4-on-4, weapon disadvantage. Nice kill from liazz though, onto forleks, gives them at least the numbers. And Smoke's now getting tossed into ramp. Might make the job a little bit easier. There's a good trade from Inns, and Dexter chimed in with one as well. It's all falling apart for Mindfreak. The Deagles proving to be a little bit too much to deal with, but Inns in the 1-on.
Could definitely be problematic the longer this round goes on.
Vexite's pushing his way forward, but losing teammates here and there. So his own impact in this round might not be too good for Grayhound either way, even if he gets a kill or not. That'll be pretty much that. Nicely negotiated by Mindfreak. Alistair with just a USP here. Actually still manages to get one and a bink onto forleks in a row, and Grayhound might actually have to work to, finish off this series. Flash in, Dexter will turn from it and sprays down a couple before running out of bullets and being finished off by Tux as well. Still got to find a way to get past vexite. Or maybe not, because he could just go back over to B.
I mean, so shorter rotates for the CTs than it is for the Ts. But In's obviously not aware that this is a reroute back towards the B site, and the molly at least keeping interest over there towards A. Inns, despite a late rotation, still almost beats the T's into the site. 8 seconds on the clock. Right, he's not found danger. That was the critical kill, and it's looking like Mindfreak. They're going one better. Could this be the start of the reverse sweep that we saw against Rooster Jordan? Flash over the top doesn't really trouble vexite at all.
Do wonder though if they push their way into A, and Dexter's close there with the MP9. Can he line a few up? Alistair, Deagle, usually good for one. You've got Inns coming across as well. That Deagle's going to be threatening. This could be a problem for Mindfreak. They're going to have to deal with 3 players on the A bomb site, and Grayhound surely have the kinds of players that can make something happen here. One for Inns, one for Alistair. But those two both shut down, and now it's on to vexite, who hit the headshot, but did he stop firing? I think he strafed just half a step too far. Either way, it is still a winnable round for liazz, and he's got the M4, but more than happy to use the 5.7 instead. To finish this one off, Inns waiting for the swing. He's going to be prepared for it, and Grayhound, I mean, it goes from 0 to 100 in the space of a round. Clutch this round out, it would be a 1v5. At least he's got time. He's really worried about what's happening behind him, which is not necessarily something he has to be too concerned about. With Alistair on the other side of this, if he starts to make his way up lane, you'd expect he'll probably be losing his life. Smoke's actually going to go in. DPR's already in front of that one. So it is just Inns over on this side of the map. 1v1 could be found.
Got a lot of space in middle, but 30 seconds on the clock. Does he even check close range angle like this? Probably need a no scope.
Inns is not. Oh, he is looking. If he was looking in the other direction.